Hi folks, Clayton with you again tonight. I got to follow on from the last video I did with you on making a garfish rig. Tonight's the second part of it, and I'm going to go through and show you actually how to rig the gar onto the rig itself. But before I do that, I've had a couple of people ask me some questions regarding the gang hook rig I used and how I go about manipulating, I suppose is the word, for the hooks so that I don't damage the barbs on the gang hooks. So I'll quickly run through that, and at the end of this video I'll do the same as the previous video. I'll put some still shots up of the closed parts so you can get a better idea of it. So to start with, I'm going to grab my trusty old pliers, a couple of hooks. Now these are the BMC hooks I use. Once again, I've used them for years. Love every minute of them. They're a long, straight shanked hook. This is size 7/0. I use this a lot with my garfish. I find it to be a good size hook. Also use the 8/0s. They're my two preferences for size baits. Now these have a very thin diameter and a very fine point on the barb, so you want to try not to damage that. The reason I love these VMCs is because I'm going to do exactly what I'm going to show you with them. A lot of other hooks you can't do certain things with. Okay, the eye on this hook, you will notice it is being just gently spot welded just a little bit, but we can break that weld and it won't have anything to do with the strength of this hook. Believe it or not, it is incredibly strong still, and I've never had one snap or fail on me yet. So to start with, we need to open the eye of our hook. This is being number 1 hook and this being number 2 hook. So first of all, to do your hook, my favourite set of pliers here have a cutter on them, and we're not going to cut the hook, but we're just going to gently put that cutter in the eyelet there. I'll turn around, sorry. Just going to gently put it in there and just gently squeeze, just a tiny little bit. That's all that's needed. And it just pops that eyelet open, just. What we can do then, so our hook sits nice and flat on the garfish and travels nice through the water, we're going to put a bend in it. So once again, grab our pliers. Going to go right over top of the eye this time, so we make sure we get it good, and just a gentle little pressure. We're going to put a slight bend just in the shank of the hook here. Now what we can do with this is then we're going to put our gang hooks together. If you're going to use this as a gang scenario, which is exactly what you do if you wanted to make gang hooks, that will just slide straight through there, and you can do that and you can make 2, 3, 4, however long a gang you want. But I'm going to use it as a stinger rig, so we're going to turn this one upside down. Now to put this in, just simply slide it in, but you want the point end of your barb to be in the bottom of the eyelet, so it goes into that tiny little groove that you've just opened up, and it'll slide through, no worries at all, and you don't need to worry about closing it. That's it. That's simple. That there is then your ganged hook rig. If you want to make ganged hooks with 2 or 3, or like I prefer, just a single one with a stinger hook on the back. And that's how I run my gar. Okay, so quickly on that, I'm just going to now go through and put this one back onto some wire, and then we'll get on to rigging our bait. So just slide it on. We're just going to do like on the last video, just going to do a quick little haywire twist. Use our pliers, 3 or 4 twists, very simple. Then our barrel roll. And we're just going to bring that up proud so that it sits perfectly in line with that hook. Cut it short again. Once again, this is it'll leave a little barb, but we're not worried about that because that's where the teeth are and you don't want to be anywhere near them anyway. Okay, so that's that. That's our rig. And from there now we move to rigging our garfish. On the way home I just stopped down at my local shop and bought a pack of gar. Good old gar. Very simple little fish. When you get your gar, make sure he's all still intact. His ribs and everything here around the gills are all fine, nothing's broken. You want your gar to be solid. Now what you need to do is you need this gar to be able to swim perfectly through the water. So to do that you have to take the stiffness out of the gar. If the gar's stiff, what it'll do is when it goes through the water it'll act as a propeller and it'll spin. And that'll spin and twist all your line in the reel. Not a good thing to happen. So to do that, very simply get your gar, and what we're going to do is we're going to start up here near the head and you're going to gently squeeze in the middle, right on his backbone that runs down the side. And what you'll see is on this top line here, the bone will pop up like it pops. And what you're doing is you're basically squashing his backbone. Just a gentle little squeeze, that's all it needs. And you've popped his backbone. Theoretically now, you give him a bend, bit of a twist. He's got no backbone, he's just as wobbly as. That's what you want. Okay, now, as a deckhand on the boat, I use a lot of rubber bands. Great for me, not so much great for the environment, but I love them. Quick and easy for me to use. I keep them on my fingers all the time. We're going to go to our tie point now. This is the important and crucial factor with your gar rig. Once again, this is where it all happens. If you stuff this up, it'll go seriously wrong. On the top of your gar, there's a little diamond shape, just here, right between his eyes. What you want to do is feed this barb dead centre through between the bottom of his eyes, through that skin. And you want to bring it up so that it pops out with a gentle little push through the top of the head. Just like that. And you'll see your gar there, he's got that little spike coming out of the top of his head. That's the hard bony bit. That will secure that bait to your line. Now you can get one of those spring mechanisms, as I said, that will go around and around and twist and twist and twist until it goes nice and tight. It takes up a lot of time to do, and then untwisting it to re-rig a bait, whereas your simple little rubber band, just simply put it on, bring it around the top of the head a couple of times and put it back over that barb. Not like that, of course, so we'll do that again. Around there a couple of times and just back onto the barb. That is now your garfish secured to that rig. The next part is probably one of the most crucial parts as well. It's to where you actually sit your hooks. You want your little bit of wire now just sit neat in the gills so it goes flat. And to make sure that your bait doesn't swim like a propeller, what we need to do here now is have a look at your bait and see where the hook is and see where the barb and everything finishes up. And we've got to allow for a little bit of movement. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slide that in there ever so loose, just in through the skin. Just making sure it goes in. Now, that hook, if you look at it, is rather loose. That's exactly how you need it to be. There's no pressure at all when that gar's bent in any way, shape or form. That hook is just sitting there nice and loose. The second hook is lying flat with the belly and it's right down the back. So if a mackerel comes through, like I said, Tino's a whistle, he's going to get that sting on. Now the whole idea of this is so that when you're going through the water there's no pressure on these hooks, because once again if there's pressure on the hooks it'll spin like a propeller blade. And then just to finish the rig off, you simply slide your squid rig down over the top. Nice and simple. And that's your garfish rig. Very, very simple, very neat. Once again, that'll pop along the water. Your hooks are here, nicely exposed, ready to catch the predator. Being any sort of pelagic, dolphin fish, wahoo, you name it, they'll eat it. So that's your garfish rig. Just play with your gar when you get them, get used to it. Make sure they're nice and soft. Thaw them out properly. It pays to have 2 or 3 of these rigged up in your ice box ready, but also have a couple of garfish ready to go that you've actually popped the backbone on, softened up, and just leave them lying in the cool of your esky. That way if you need to unrig one of these and quickly rig another gar, it's ready to go. You don't have to worry about, oh, did I pop the backbone, did I not? It's there, it's done, it's ready. Okay. So, once again, my name's Clayton Thompson. This is my YouTube channel, Fishing About Time, Fishing and Exploring. If you like this sort of thing, keep following me. I'll be in details in the future. And like, subscribe, hit that thumb button. Tell your mates. The more subscribers I get, the more I can do for you. The more notices I get, the more videos I can put out. So once again, thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, please write into me, let me know, PM me, I don't care. I wouldn't have got anywhere in my career if I didn't have help from other people. If you just stay tuned now, I'll put up some still shots of the finer points of the garfish rig. But that is it there, ready to go into the water, and that will catch fish. That will definitely catch fish. Once again, thanks for watching. Tight lines, get out on the water and be safe. We'll go from there, eh?